loves, I'm just going to quickly explain geometric series to you. Okay, so in your formula book, this is what it tells you about geometric series. So if a question says, such as this one, an infinite geometric series has common ratio r, first term is 10 and sum to infinity is 50. First thing you should do is go and have a look in your formula book. And this tells you that the sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r. And this one tells you that the sum of the first n terms is equal to this equation here. Right, so this question we're dealing with here, it's an infinite geometric series. Infinite, so it goes on forever and ever and ever. Okay, and it's got common ratio r. The first term of the series is 10, and its sum to infinity is 50. Right, so we should straight away, we should know that a geometric series looks like a, which is the first term, then a times r, and which is your common ratio, sorry, then ar squared, ar cubed, and so on, all the way up to ar to the power n minus 1, where n is your number of the term. Okay, so our first term of the series is 10, so a is equal to 10. The sum to infinity is 50, so the sum to infinity is equal to 50, and our sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r. So our a is 10, and that's over 1 minus r. So all we need to do is rearrange this equation, however you want to do it, and you end up with the fact that r must be equal to 4/5. Because this is a show that question, quite a few of my students just said, right, okay, well, they just made stuff up, basically. Anyway, show that r is 4/5. Right, you have totally shown that r is 4/5 there, so we're on full marks so far. Okay, finding the second term. Well, as we know, that's your first term. This is your second term. So we want a times r, which is 10, times 4/5, which is 8. How much easier can that get? Don't know. The only other thing you could ask is something like the sum of the first 5 terms. If it asked for something like that, first 5 terms, something like that, you'd use your sum of the first 5 terms is equal to a times 1 minus r to the power 5 all over 1 minus r and work it out. Okay? If it asks for something like the sum of the 15th to the 20th term, well, what you would have to do, you want to include that 15th term. So really you want the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, add the 18th, add the 19th, all the way up to the 20th. So for that, you'd calculate the sum of the first 20 terms and you'd take away the sum of the first 14 because you want to include the 15th. That's about as hard as it gets for geometric series. Hope that helps.